pedigree hunter has traced his descent from Offa, King of Mercia, so he quite naturally wants a set of offers as a sort of collateral proof." "Very interesting," murmured Mr. Carlyle, fidgeting with his watch. "I should love an hour's chat with you about your millionaire customers some other time. Just now. Now, look here, Baxter, can't you give me a line of introduction to some dealer in this sort of thing who happens to live in town? You must know dozens of experts." "Why, bless my soul, Mr. Carlyle, I don't know a man of them away from his business," said Mr. Baxter, staring. "They may live in Park Lane, or they may live in Petticoat Lane, for all I know. Besides, there aren't so many experts as you seem to imagine, and the two best would very likely quarrel over it. You've had to do with expert witnesses, I suppose?" "I don't want a witness. There'll be no need to give evidence. All I want is an absolutely authoritative pronouncement that I can act on. Is there no one who can really say whether the thing is genuine or not?" Mr. Baxter's meaning silence became cynical in its implication, as he continued to look at his visitor across the counter. Then he relaxed. "Stay a bit. There is a man, an amateur, I remember hearing wonderful things about some time ago. They say he really does know." "There you are," explained Mr. Carlyle, much relieved. "There always is someone. Who is he?" "Funny name," replied Baxter. "Something Wynne, or Wynne something." He craned his neck to catch sight of an important motor car that was drawing to the curb before his window. "Wynne Carrados. You'll excuse me now, Mr. Carlyle, won't you? This looks like Mr. Offmunson." Mr. Carlyle hastily scribbled the name down on his cuff. "Wynne Carrados. Right. Where does he live?" "I haven't the remotest idea," replied Baxter, referring the arrangement of his tie to the judgment of the wall mirror. "I've never seen the man myself. Now, Mr. Carlyle, I'm sorry I can't do any more for you. You won't mind, will you?" Mr. Carlyle could not pretend to misunderstand. He enjoyed the distinction of holding open the door for the transatlantic representative of the line of Offa as he went out, and then made his way through the muddy streets back to his office. There was only one way of tracing a private individual at such short notice, through the pages of the directories, and the gentleman did not flatter himself by a very high estimate of his chances. Fortune favoured him, however. He very soon discovered a Wynne Carrados living at Richmond, and, better still, further search failed to unearth another. There was, apparently, only one householder, at all events, of that name in the neighbourhood of London. He jotted down the address and set out for Richmond. The house was some distance from the station, Mr. Carlyle learned. He took a taxicab and drove, dismissing the vehicle at the gate. He prided himself on his power of observation and the accuracy of his deductions, which resulted from it, a detail of his business. "It's nothing more than using one's eyes and putting two and two together," he would modestly declare, when he wished to be deprecatory rather than impressive. By the time he had reached the front door of the Turrets, he had formed some opinion of the position and tastes of the people who lived there. A manservant admitted Mr. Carlyle and took his card, his private card, with the bare request for an interview that would not detain Mr. Carrados for 10 minutes. Luck still favoured him. Mr. Carrados was at home and would see him at once. The servant, the hall through which they passed, and the room into which he was shown, all contributed something to the deductions which the quietly observant gentleman was half unconsciously recording. "Mr. Carlyle," announced the servant. The room was a library or study. The only occupant, a man of about Carlyle's own age, had been using a typewriter up to the moment of his visitor's entrance. He now turned and stood up with an expression of formal courtesy. "It's very good of you to see me at this hour," apologized Mr. Carlyle. The conventional expression of Mr. Carrados's face changed a little. "Surely my man has got your name wrong," he explained. "Isn't it Louis Calling?" Mr. Carlyle stopped short, and his agreeable smile gave place to a sudden flash of anger or annoyance. "No, sir," he replied stiffly. "My name is on the card which you have before you." "I beg your pardon," said Mr. Carrados, with perfect good humour. "I hadn't seen it, but I used to know a Calling some years ago at St. Michael's." "St. Michael's?" Mr. Carlyle's features underwent another change, no less instant and sweeping than before. "St. Michael's? Wynne Carrados? Good heavens, it isn't Max Wynne? Old Winning Wynne?" "A little older and a little fatter, yes," replied Carrados. "I have changed."